guys, this is Virender Singh and welcome back at Mastercam Mill 3D tutorials and toolpath. This is our Mastercam Mill 3D 6th video and part 2. In our last video, we already discussed about that how we can create part for that one model. And in this video, we discuss about that how we can create roughing operation, as well as we will also discuss about that how we can create finishing operation for that one model. So before creating a roughing and finishing operation, first we have to select our machine. So for selection our machine, we have to go at the machine and I have to select mill and default. The first step I am already done, that I just select the machine, and the next one step when we are going to start to machining any one part. So that time what we have to do, we have to create our stock size. So we have to go in a tool setting, provide here this, mark both of these and mark these. About all these parameters we already discussed about that, and now the next one step I have to do, that is I have to define my raw material. So for defining my raw material, I have to go here and select all entities and OK. So as you can see here, my simulation or a raw material is going to be, as you can see here, there is a one dash line, that is my raw material. And now when we are going to machining over any kind of 3D parts, for the roughing purpose we have to define a stock model. So for defining a stock model, I have to go at the stock model. First I have to input the name of my stock model. I can change my color as per my color, and rectangular, and what is the size and shape of my stock model. So I have to go in a rectangular and stock setup. So that time Mastercam automatically calculated my stock setup or a stock model from a stock setup page, and now I just have to press OK. So guys, as you can see here, my stock model is going to be created, and that one color is, I just select, that is my green color. And now the next one step I have to do, that I have to define my roughing operation. So for creating a roughing operation, I have to select one of the most using roughing operation, that the name of that operation is the area roughing. I just have to select that operation is the area roughing. The first step I have to do, select my entities. So I just go here and select entire surfaces. Now all surfaces are selected. Now I just select all these parameters and I make default save. So here wall stock is 0.25, floor stock is also 0.25. Next one, tool control boundary. So now here we can define what is the tool controlling boundary, and if in roughing operation, if we don't define here a tool control boundary, so there will be no problem. But I want to if I want to define tool control boundary, so I can defining my tool control boundary by clicking here. Now the next one step, that I have to select my tool. For selecting my tool, I have to go in select tool library, and now I have to select a bull nose cutter. So I have to go in a bull nose cutter, and which one cutter I want to choose. I just choose my cutter, that is 12 mm diameter of my cutter, and that bottom corner radius is R2. So that I just choose my cutter 12 R2 and press OK. Now the next one step I have to do, I can define my feed and spindle speed as per my material and tool. Now the next one step I have to go, I have to define my stock size. So what will happening, first I just define my stock setup or stock model, and then here I just define my roughing operation, that is my raw material, and you have to machining according to that one raw material. So as I just make rest material, select one other operation, select my raw material, and just select ignore small cops and make that one value. That value will be always greater than to the stocks, greater than to the value that we are making here the stock. And now the next one step that I have to do, that is my cutting parameter. At here cutting parameter, I have to define what is the step down, it means what is the depth of cut, and make sure that percentage of tool diameter, it should be always 100. Now the next one step I have to do, I have to go in the transitions. Z clearance is 2, plunge angle it should be 5, and the next one step, skip pocket smaller than, it should be 200% of my tool diameter, because that the tool I am going to using, that is a inserted type tool. Always be remember, when you are using a inserted type tool, that should be 200% of tool diameter, and when you are using a fluid cutting tool or a end mill, so that time it should be 0% of tool diameter. And now the next one step is steep and shallow. I don't have to define that one. And the last and final parameter, that is my linking parameter. So I just have to define all the parameters. Clearance height, minimum vertical retract, mark that one, outside output feed move, and here what is the feed movement I want to define, and now the clearance height. So I just input all these parameters, and now I just have to, the next one step, that I just have to press OK. So at here, when I just press OK at that one place, or I just make a plus mark, and now I can press OK. So guys, as you see here, my part is going to be starting to calculating all the tool paths. So how it can be make a tool path for that one part. So let me show you that it will take a very less time. The time is depending upon the PC or a laptop or a computer, which type of you going to be using. So when it is going to be take more time, so that time you can go in a view, click at multi-thread and right click and real time and just press OK. So that time what is happening, so when sometimes it will take more time, so that time when you are going to process that one, so time will be automatically reduces. So guys, as you can see here, my entire tool path is going to be created for the roughing operation. So as you can see here, my roughing first operation tool path is going to be created. Copy both of these operations, right click, copy, and I just paste both of these operations. So then the next one step I have to do, again I have to define my stock material. So I just go at a stock model 12R2. I can change my color for my new stock model, and now here when we are going to be define my stock model from a previous operation, so that time I have to select that one stock model, and now the source of operation, which one operation, that is the previous operation, I have to select the previous operation. So I just press OK. So what I have to do, I just say that that one is my raw material last one, and that is the operation. So is when my material is cutting from that one to that one operation, so that time how much material will be still available. So I just have to again regenerating that one. So I just have to regenerate that operation. So guys, as you can see here, my entire part is going to be machining in a very perfect way, but still some material is still available for at that one area and as well as that one area. So I have to machining that one portion. So let me show you that how I can create the machining for that one portion. I just copy that one, the previous operation, and I just make a new stock define. Now I just have to change something in that one part. For that one I have to go in a parameter. That one is same, tool path control is same. I have to change my tool, so I have to go in a tool, select tool library, and now I have to select A1 end mill. So let me select A1 end mill, that is my 5 mm of end mill, and I have to go in edit tool, and I have to increase the total length of my tool, because the total length is a 57 mm, but it is required more than the 70 mm. So I just change my projection length, that how much tool will be exit in my part. And now the next one step I have to change, that is my stock, because in the first operation I just define raw material is that one, but in the second one operation I have to define raw material is that one. Now in a cutting parameter I have to define what is the depth of cut I have to taken, and now the transitions, when I just go for a 5 mm of end mill, so that time I have to reduce the XY step over. Now I don't have required to be changes, I have to change only that one at here. Skip pocket is smaller than, I have to make it 0. Why I have to change that one 0? Because now I am choosing my tool that is have cutting edges at the bottom also. Now in the steep and shallow, and all these parameters will be same like. So guys, as you can see here, when I was just creating a rest material tool path for the rest material, so that time my tool path is going to be created only the area where is the material is still available. So as you can see here, my both of these roughing operations are now created. So let me show you in a 3D simulation both of these operations. So for creating both of these operations in a 3D simulation, I have to go in a machine group first, and when I just click at the here, or I just click at the here, so as you can see here, my entire operations are going to be selected. Now I just have to click on a verify. When I just click on a verify, so that time that it will take a very less time and open a simulation window. So as you can see here, that one is the tool as well as the raw material. So that is going to be become in a two parts. So that is the first operation. I just changed my tool diameter reduce, and now I just removing that one area, as well as you can see here, I just also have to remove that one corner portion as well as that one corner portion, and there is a very small material at that. So guys, I wish you understand all of these the thing that I want to try to define in this one operation. Thank you very much. Be connected and updated for the more videos. In our next one video, I will define you that how you can create a finishing operation for the entire part. So the next one operation, the finishing operation, I am going to defining you, that is the one of the different operation to other, that is the hybrid. So thank you very much. Be connected and updated for the more videos.